the 3 fastest ways to increase your credit score, because these are bulletproof ways to really get your score to where it needs to be. Funny enough, man, it's December already. It's crazy. 2020 seemed like it was never going to go anywhere, but we're in December and it's counting down. We are basically already in 2021. And I know for a lot of people, when they got into 2020, their goal was to improve their credit and just position themselves to win, to get a new house, to get a new car, or just to get that promotion, or being able to send their kids off to the right college. So with that being said, again, my name is Lyndon Weddis, and I'm the gentleman that went from a 524 to the 800 club, and not just me, but my wife is there as well. And so our vision is just to help as many people as possible. So tonight I'm going to share with you in a real quick way the 3 fastest ways to increase your credit score, the 3 fastest ways to improve your credit. And these are proven. These are ways that if you're able to do this, it's definitely going to change your life and change your credit score and position you to win as you launch into 2021. So here is the first thing. Let's talk about how your credit score is calculated, because that is really important. Understanding how your credit score is calculated in order to get to where you need to be. So you have 15% being the length of credit. So your credit history is 15%. How long have you established credit? That's 15% of your FICO score. Obviously, your FICO score goes from 300 to an 850. Then you have 10% being the number of times you have applied for credit. So the number of times you have applied for credit within the last 12 to 18 months, that is 10% of your credit score. You never want to go above a high 5. Once you get there, that's just too many times. Then another 10% is based on your credit diversification. You don't want to have all credit cards, because that's revolving credit. That's not good. And you don't want to have all installment loans like your car payment or your mortgage or even your student loan. You want to diversify your credit mix. That is extremely, extremely important. So when you think about your credit history being 15%, and then the amount of times you apply for new lines of credit being 10, then diversification being 10%, that's 35% of your credit score. If you can control that 35%, you're going to be building a solid foundation when it comes to credit. Solid foundation. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're able to do that right now, if you start doing that over the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to be establishing a very strong foundation when it comes to establishing your credit and positioning yourself to win. Now, the last 2 pieces to think about is payment history, which is 35%. It's the largest chunk of your credit score. Payment history, 35%. Then you have the amount or capacity owed. So that's 30%. So between the amount of your credit limit that you're using, which is 30%, and your payment history, which is 35%, that is 65% of your overall credit score. Think about that. So if you can master those 2 pieces, you're not only going to find yourself in the 600 and the 700 club, but eventually you're going to find yourself in the 800 club as well. So now that you understand the 5 different pieces, the 5 different slices of that pie chart in terms of how your FICO score is calculated from that 300 to the 850, let's talk about the top 3 ways to improve your credit, because these are game changers for you. So number 1, the number 1 way to increase your credit score over a short period of time is called authorized user, or Tradeline. If you get a family member to do it, or a friend is an authorized user, but if you have to get it from an outsider or a company or someone that's going to charge you, we call it a Tradeline, TL or an AU. What is this? So basically what this is like taking the godlike ability from Thor and you're going to put it into the Hulk, and then the Hulk has the personality of the Black Panther. Think about that. So basically what's happening, once you become an authorized user on someone's credit card that has been around for, especially if it's a seasoned Tradeline, if it's a seasoned account being active for the last 5 years, and they have never been late, and that usage is below 30%. My personal recommendation is never above 9%. But if it's below 30% and you get on that particular card, in the next 30 to 90 days, you're going to see some tremendous changes in your credit. Why? Because now you're getting the entire history of that credit line showing up on your credit. So you're getting something that you never had to work for. You didn't have to do anything for it. Once you show up, once you get on that credit card or that trade line, it's going to be a game changer for your credit. So that's the number one way. Authorized user, which is AU, or TL, which is Tradeline. Once you do that, you're going to see tremendous things. So that's the number one way. What's the second best way to build your credit in a fast and timely fashion? That is called Credit My Rent. What is that? You're actually getting credit. You're getting credit for your rental history. So 35% of the American population are renters. You have 331 million people in America. So what that means is that a lot of people rent. A lot of people. And the average rent in the United States is actually $1,150. The average mortgage is $1,250. So you're literally paying someone else's mortgage and it's not showing up on your credit report. So if you are able to get credit for your rental history, especially for the last 2 years, what's going to end up happening? That history that you already established is going to help you to increase and improve your credit score in a relatively short period of time, because you already established it, you already made those payments, and now it's just showing up. Now you can also do this going forward as well. Doing it going forward, just like a mortgage, every month you pay your rent, then it's going to show up that is paid on time on your credit report as well. So again, that's the second best way to improve and increase your credit score. What's the number 3 way? Third, this is the top 3 way in which you improve your credit score. That is the amount or the capacity owed. So right now, if you look at what your credit limit is, not just one credit card, but all the credit cards you have, if you add them all up, if you have 3, one has 500, 1,000, 15,000, you add up all of that. And if the amount that you're using right now is above 30%, it's going to be negatively impacting your credit right now. Once it's about 30%, I've proven this. I've seen it. Trust me. Once it's about 30%, it's going to negatively impact your credit score. It will. Now, what you want to do is pay that balance down below 30%. Once it gets below the 30% marker, you're going to see great things. If you get it below that 15%, it's even better. Again, with my recommendation, if you get it below 10%, so maximum of 9%, then you're in a whole different stratosphere. If you want to be in elite status and you keep your balance below 6%, then I'm telling you, you do these 3 things within the next 30 to 90 days, you're going to see some amazing things happening to your credit. So number one, authorized user or trade line. That's the number 1 way. Number two is Credit My Rent, where you're going to have your rental history showing up on your credit report. And number 3, you got to pay down your balance. Any high balances you have, you got to pay that down. In addition to that, then you're good to go. So ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to come on here real quick and do this live, provide some great information for you. Now, the rest, it's down to you, man. Where do you see yourself in 2021? What is your goal? What is your vision? When you came into 2020, you had clear vision. I'm going to get myself out of the 300, the 400, the 500, the 600, and I'm going to live in the 700 and the 800 club. But things happen and it never come to fruition. That's okay. See, bad credit happens to good people all the time, and things happen. But let me say this to you. It's not the end of the world. Hope is not lost. You still have an opportunity to get to where you'd like to be. So if you're not in this high 700s or the 800 club right now, and you want to find yourself there, then you got to get in touch with me. I give you free information that's not only going to educate, but it's going to elevate. Elevate not just you, but your family, and position you to win. So my number is 786-505-0270. You have questions, I know you do. Reach out to me so I can address those, and so I can also provide information to you how you go about jumping on these top 3 ways to take your credit from the ground floor to the 100th floor. You want to get a new perspective. You want to get a new view. You want to feel what the 700 and the 800 club is like. Then definitely connect with me. Send me a DM, comment on this video. If you found this useful, just drop a comment, drop some likes. Also tag some family members, some friends, some co-workers. Tag some haters on this video as well, so they can get some good information about credit and how to change their life. Ladies and gentlemen, don't wait till 2021. This is your time. Start now. Position yourself to win. If you don't start, you can't finish. If you don't do something, ain't anything gonna happen. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I got to jump off here right now, but hopefully you got some great information. God bless. Lyndon Weathers, 800 Club Minister. We will talk soon. Keep those questions coming, actually, because I've been getting a lot of great questions as well. All right. Peace.